Welcome to Inside Gaming. I'm Jack, and cheaters never prosper. That's what they say, right? Well, this week's roundup might just prove it. A Destiny 2 cheat seller is being ordered to pay Bungie $4.3 million in damages. In June of 2021, Bungie sued Aim Junkies and its parent company Phoenix Digital for copyright infringement. Specifically, the copyright claim alleged Aim Junkies developed and sold cheat software for Destiny 2 that violated Bungie's IP rights. The case was partially dismissed because Bungie couldn't explain clearly how the cheat software could be considered an unauthorized copy of its work, but the judge on the case did send some of the other claims to arbitration, which are now being resolved. That's fancy legal speak. The original allegations claim that Aim Junkies cheats violated the Digital Media Copyright Act's anti-circumvention provision and were illegally sold to third parties. Basically, a third-party developer named James May reverse engineered some of the code in Destiny 2 to make a cheat which Aim Junkies and parent company Phoenix Digital went on to sell. According to official courtroom documentation, quote, May also testified that after being caught and banned by Bungie several times for doing so, he attempted various ways to bypass the bans and circumvent the protections Bungie had in place to prevent reverse engineering. Ernesto Vandersar over at torrentfreak.com, who reviewed and reported on the official ruling, noted, quote, the arbitrator also sided with Bungie's claims regarding breach of contract, tortious interference, consumer protection, and spoliation. Ooh, spoliation. That's what happens to the vegetables in my fridge. Adding, quote, in total, an award of $4,396,222 was handed to the game developer. After Bungie's initial complaint, Aim Junkies countersued alleging Bungie violated their terms of service by buying, decompiling, and reverse engineering the cheat software. But with this win in arbitration, Bungie has countered saying, quote, Phoenix Digital's terms of service, which applies to the sale, license of the defendant's Destiny 2 cheat software, are void because they are in violation of public policy and or illegal. And Bungie isn't done. In a separate case against Lavi Cheats, Bungie is seeking $6.7 million in damages. Apparently, the motion was filed last week as the website owner failed to make a court appearance, and, quote, the total includes damages of $2,000 for the 2,790 times Destiny 2 cheat software was downloaded from Lavi Cheats. So, clearly Bungie is attempting to go straight to the source to root out cheaters and discourage other cheat makers from popping up, but other major game companies have been using different tactics. Valve, custodian of Steam and maker of Dota 2, recently set up a trap which snared and banned 40,000 accounts from the Dota player base in one go. There we go, that's what you love to see. According to an official blog post published February 21st, Valve created a honeypot with a section of data inside the game client that would never be read during normal gameplay, but that could be read by cheaters using exploits. The blog explained, quote, each of the accounts banned today read from this secret area in the client, giving us extremely high confidence that every ban was well deserved. The blog continued by saying this mega ban was large, but only the latest action in an ongoing campaign, warning, quote, if you are running any application that reads data from the Dota client as you're playing games, your account can be permanently banned from playing Dota. This includes professional players who will be banned from all Valve competitive events. Oof! So, there you go. Game companies will probably never be able to completely rid their games of cheaters, but the developments this week are certainly strong deterrents. Don't cheat, kids. Last week, we reported on some of the controversy surrounding recently released Atomic Heart. Mundfish, the game's developer, has been receiving backlash for a number of reasons, but the short list includes accusations of data collection, glorifying the Soviet Union, receiving funding from investors directly linked to the Russian government, publishing Atomic Heart on VK Play, a platform directly linked to the Russian government, and not taking a clear stance against Putin's regime and the ongoing invasion of Ukraine. What a list. In response, legendary video game composer Mick Gordon, who contributed music to the game, donated all of his compensation to a Red Cross charity for Ukrainian aid. Well, now Ukraine's digital ministry has released an official statement saying they plan to ask Steam, Microsoft, and Sony to remove Atomic Heart from their gaming platforms based on the accusation we previously listed, all of those. The ministry specifically said, quote, Atomic Heart has Russian roots and romanticizes communist ideology and the Soviet Union, and it fears proceeds from the game could be used to, quote, conduct war against Ukraine. Ukraine. Some players who have made it through the game have said the representation of the Soviet Union does seem like satire, but it's obviously a complicated issue. If you're wondering about accusations against Mundfish, there's an article on Ars Technica by Kevin Purdy who lays it all out pretty well. But there's also a really extensive breakdown on multi-platform by Mikita Kazimierov, which was published back in January. Check it out. In more positive news, Elden Ring has sold more than 20 million copies. Yay! Woo! Yay! 20 million, that's a whole lot. The official Elden Ring Twitter account tweeted out on Tuesday, February 21st, quote, "Our heartfelt thanks for your support and companionship on this journey." The tweet included an image of the lands between and the words, "Thank you, 20 million tarnished." That's a lot. Elden Ring has won tons of awards and praise already from critics and fans, but the achievement feels particularly gratifying considering it's primarily a single-player action RPG thriving in a marketplace that's dominated by live service games and microtransactions. No more battle royales, please. Other games that have done this well tend to be multiplayer live service games with a decade or more of brand recognition and iteration, like FIFA or Call of Duty. What's also neat is From Software managed to achieve the 20 million milestone in less than a year. Actually, Elden Ring was released exactly 1 year ago today. How about that? Happy birthday, Elden Ring. I did not get you a present. Late on Wednesday, February 22nd, reports started surfacing about Tango Gameworks founder and CEO Shinji Mikami leaving the studio. An internal email written by Todd Vaughn, Bethesda's senior vice president of development, was acquired by TrueAchievements.com, which reads, quote, "I am writing today to let you know that studio head Shinji Mikami has decided to leave Tango Gameworks in the coming months." The following day, the announcement was confirmed publicly by Bethesda's official Twitter account, which posted a note that reads, "We can confirm that Shinji Mikami has decided to leave Tango Gameworks in the coming months." Sounds very familiar to the other thing. The note thanks Mikami for his contributions at the studio and then concludes, quote, "We wish Mikami-san well in the future and are excited by what lies ahead for the talented developers at Tango." Of course, Tango is known for the Evil Within games, Ghostwire Tokyo, and the very recently released Hi-Fi Rush, but Mikami is a legendary developer in his own right. For starters, he's credited for creating Resident Evil and working on the franchise up through 4, but he also contributed to Dino Crisis, Beautiful Joe, God Hand, and Vanquish. As you can imagine, rumors around Mikami's departure and his next move are flying unchecked, but with his reputation, it's hard to blame people for getting worked up. Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League has been getting torn apart on social media after it appeared during PlayStation's first State of Play event of the year. Skepticism around the game has been growing slowly since the title was announced, but now Rocksteady fans are getting pretty worried. It's been known for a while that the title is a significant departure from the studio's Batman Arkham games, given Suicide Squad has loot and co-op, but even still, many seem to be continually underwhelmed by new gameplay footage. To make matters worse, it's been confirmed that Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League has a, quote, gear score, implying the game may have extraneous systems to gate progress, and it will require constant internet connection to play, even for single player. What am I supposed to do on a plane? That makes no sense. There is certainly a large camp of players waiting and willing for the game to come out before passing judgment, but Suicide Squad seems like it has a lot more to prove now. On the upside, during the State of Play, we did get a launch trailer for Destiny 2's Lightfall expansion and a new trailer for Baldur's Gate 3, which confirmed an August 31st launch on PS5, PC, and Mac OS. There's an Xbox version in the works, but according to Larian Studios, it's being delayed due to technical issues with split-screen co-op. Capcom also brought a very nice trailer for Resident Evil 4 Remake and confirmed 3 more fighters for Street Fighter 6. Zangief and Cammy are returning, but we also got to see Lily, who is new to the series. 5 new VR titles were also announced. Humanity is an interesting-looking indie game, and Wayfinder, which seems like a cross between Genshin Impact and Diablo Immortal, is getting a PlayStation exclusive beta, which opens up on Tuesday, February 28th. That's very soon. That was pretty much it from the State of Play. A bigger PlayStation showcase is rumored to drop sometime before E3, so we probably won't see a big Spider-Man 2 trailer until then. In the meantime, let's take a look at some of the comments. You guys leave those every now and then. Last week, we had a short story featuring a response from Xbox over findings that Game Pass hurt game sales within a 12-month period after being put on the service. One comment that stood out to us was from Zandria, who said, quote, "To be clear, I have no doubt that Game Pass is cannibalizing game sales. However, most of the games I've tried on Game Pass, I only played because they were included on the service. If I had to pay, I would not buy it ever, or I would wait for deep discounts." It's an interesting conundrum for sure. As a game developer, do you risk putting your game on Game Pass potentially intentionally selling less copies, or do you try and sell your game the traditional way and risk your game not reaching as large of an audience? It's a tough one. There's a lot of games on there that maybe sometimes I'm bored and I'm like, oh, I'll pick out a game and check out something entirely new, and I found some gems that way, ones that I may not have ever discovered. So it could go either direction, and it sounds like you guys kind of all agree with that. All right, well, let's talk about some games that are coming up. Here we go. First up, Destiny 2 Lightfall. In a Neptunian city under siege, find strength in your fellow guardians as the end to all things approaches. The witness is here. Arm yourself with new rewards and unlock new dark powers to triumph in Lightfall's unforgettable legendary mode. Destiny 2 Lightfall is coming to the PC, PS5, Xbox Series X, PS4, and Xbox One on February 28th. Delve into Dungeons of Aether, a turn-based dungeon crawler set in the Rivals of Aether universe. Control 4 new heroes as they uncover the mysteries of the Jules Vale Caverns in story mode, or test your mettle in the grueling challenge dungeons. Dungeons of Aether comes to the PC on February 28th. Fernbus Coach Simulator. What? The world of coach drivers awaits you. Drive along motorways and country roads to the bus stations in over 40 cities in Germany. Drive your bus carefully on the highways by day and night in all seasons and in all weathers. Fernbus Coach Simulator is coming to the PS5 and Xbox Series X on February 28th. Let me know how that one is. Rhythmos is a relaxing puzzle game where you create music by solving mazes, travel from planet to planet, and discover new music. Jam on top of the music from the planet with great selection of 20+ fun unlockable musical toys. Rhythmos is coming to the PC and Switch on February 28th. I'm gonna jam on that planet. Scars Above is a challenging sci-fi third-person action-adventure shooter combining the rewarding feel of overcoming difficulty with a compelling and intricate story set in a mysterious alien world to explore. Aren't all alien worlds mysterious? I don't get it. Scars Above is coming to PC, PS5, Xbox Series X, and PS4 on February 28th, like all the others. Leap is a fast-paced multiplayer shooter featuring epic, large-scale battles, each with players armed to the teeth. Fight for either the United Earth Defense Coalition or the rebel Exo-Terrans. Whoever pays the most wins your trigger finger and excessive arsenal. Leap is coming to PC, PS5, Xbox Series X, PS4, and Xbox One on March 1st. Take your rightful place on the throne in this multiplayer narrative experience. Rule the kingdom with an iron fist or silver tongue as you steer it through bloodshed, intrigue, and madcap disaster. Can you keep your crown when others plot your downfall? What about your head? King of the Castle is coming to PC on March 2nd. Wasn't that a kid's game like you would play on the playground? I forget that one. Build your own military camp, manage the economy, recruit the best candidates, and train them to become elite specialists. Send them on missions across the land to end the war once and for all. One military camp is hitting the PC on March 2nd. And lastly, Wolong Fallen Dynasty is a new action RPG from Team Ninja, the developers of Nioh. A nameless militia soldier fights for survival in a dark fantasy version of the later Han Dynasty, where demons plague the three kingdoms. Fight off deadly creatures and enemy soldiers using swordplay based on the Chinese martial arts, attempting to overcome the odds by awakening true power from within. Wolong Fallen Dynasty comes to the PC, PS5, Xbox Series X, PS4, and Xbox One on March 3rd. And that's gonna do it for the news this week. Thanks for tuning in, have a great weekend, and we'll catch you on the next one. Bye, everybody.